Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to go over my day trading scans as I made a few changes to them and the layout. So I want to go over them, especially for my members of my Discord. I want to show you where things are and what I'm looking for. Now, let's just keep in mind that all of these scans are just a way to identify volume and volatility in the market. And we are not looking to just trade blindly off of these scans. These are not buy or sell signals. They basically help us find volume in the market. And that's, as a day trader, I'm a hunter of volume and volatility. So this is just a tool to then find which names I should be looking at. And then how I trade it from there is going to be a different story. Here in the left-hand corner, we have the halt and resume scanner. It's pretty typical. It's just going to give you when stocks halt and when they resume. But what's cool about it is you have the time here, and you can see it even in seconds. So you know if you have a 5-minute halt, and you can see this one, RESN, halted at 7:50 in 3 seconds. So we know if it's a 5-minute halt, we're looking at 7:55 in 3 seconds is when it will resume. So it gives us an idea of when it will resume and gives us that time frame to really develop our trade idea before it comes back out of the halt. So I have a high of day scanner here. This is a 25 million float high of day. I often trade stocks under 25 million share float. I will trade stocks with higher float, but it's most of the time I'm looking for cheaper stocks with lower float so I can get in and out with a big order pretty fast. So this is going to be the high of day scanner here, and that's what's going to see here. And you can see on all the scans as well, it's pretty typical. You're going to see the float is in blue, the volume is in yellow, and the price is in green. Any of these ones that the name is in blue as well, you can see this one here and this one over here. The reason for that, these are high of day scanners. So anytime a stock makes a high of day, it's going to be in this light blue here. So this is a high of day scan. This is a high of day scan. And I'll go over that one in a minute. But this is a 25 million share float high of day scanner. We're looking for stocks making high of day with 25 million share float or less. And that's what this is going to populate. See some of the names on here. CLVR was on there. CELZ was on there. PTPI. There's a lot of hot stocks on here. And this is going to identify stocks making highs. Down here, you're going to see the fresh meat 15, fresh meat 15, fresh meat 15 continuation, and fresh meat. So what this is this scan and this scan go together. This is my fresh meat scalp scans. I'm sure everyone's used to, but this is going to identify volume in a stock here. This one on the right is going to identify price action in that same stock. So what I'm looking for is this name to be the same as this name. I want to see them on both scans. Once we hit a certain amount of volume, it's going to then move over to these scans here. So we're going to have it here and here, and you can see their lower volume, 662,000 shares. You can see over here we have higher volume, 120,000 shares. So it goes up to about, I think it's about 750,000 shares. And then once it hits that mark, it's going to then shift to these scans here. So you'll no longer see it on here. So these are going to be lower flow, lower volume names. And this one's going to be lower flow, higher volume names. So these two go together, these two go together. Over here, we have the pre-market percentage leaders. I like to keep this up during the day just to keep in mind what stocks gapped up in the pre-market. What stocks were hot, what stocks had volume, and again, you'll have the volume and the float size here. And so I'll keep that in mind when trading just to have an idea, because a lot of times they may taper off during the day, but then power hour, they may come back into play. So I like to keep these in mind. This one here is our steady grinding scan. This one is going to identify stocks that are basically grinding up on the day. They're making new highs on a smaller time frame and a larger time frame. They're just continuing to grind up. Doesn't mean that they're going to continue to grind up from there. But again, I'll then pull up the charts, look at maybe daily levels, weekly levels, and see if I can develop a trade idea off of that. This one here is going to be our reverse scalp. This is a large flow reverse scalp. So names on here, it's not going to typically populate a lot of results, but what you can see here is BZ was on the list here. It was going up, 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 or down. I'm sorry, these are lower. Down, 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 and then right here we had a little spike up. So we went down to 24.96, and then this is showing us that we had a little bit of buying power here from 24.96 to 25.60, and then 25.40 again here. So it doesn't mean that it's going to continue to see support, But what it's supposed to do is to identify larger float names that are basically tanking, but into an oversold territory. So they may be a scalp bounce play there, depending on how the chart looks, or there may be even a possible reversal if maybe press comes out or PR comes out, something like that. But these are the names. So same thing with here. DNMR was going up 529, 528, and then we can see 533, 538. So it's supposed to identify the lows while then also showing us the little bit of buy pressure at the bottom. So to show us some support basically. This one here is a change from open scan. It's going to filter from the percentage most gained since open. So since the opening bell, stocks that have gone up from opening bell from 9:30 on, we're going to see on this list here. So we're going to see where the relative strength is in the market. This one here, again, is another high of day scanner. This one's our Cheapo Watch. So this one's going to screen for stocks that are under $1. So making high of days under $1. So it's not something I typically trade. I like to trade stocks that are over $2. But the market really started shifting towards stocks that were cheap. So I developed this scan to identify those moves. So that's pretty much it. This is just stocks under $1 making new highs. Again, volume and float. This one here is our recent runners. This one's pretty cool because it's basically like an extended watch list. There's a lot of stocks that are continuing to make highs, continuing to roll on. There's a lot of names that come to mind that they go on multi-day runs. This is going to show us those moves. So it's going to show us maybe a 5-minute high, 15-minute high, 10-minute high. So again, it's not just an alert to then go trade it, but it may be a Kickstarter to show you, oh, well, this stock is getting some volume, or this stock is getting some action. So maybe we should look at it because it was a hot stock before. So this is the recent runners list here. Then we have our continuation scan here. This scan is going to, it's almost the same as this one, where it's basically going to show us stocks that are trending. So when these stocks here start trending on a daily time frame to a certain point, it's going to then populate on this list. So again, these are great. These two lists right here are great to develop trade ideas, to really show where some of the hot stocks are, some of the hot names are. Again, I'm not just going to trade them immediately as the alert comes on here, but if I scroll down to scan, you can see Agri was on the scan at 8:46 in the morning. It had 314,000 shares, which is pretty low. And then you can see by 8:53 minutes later, it went from 483 to 521. But the volume, you can see, increased from 314,000 shares to 823,000 shares, all within minutes. So we can see that there's some volume coming in there, and that's how I identify support. And so you can see Agri 43, 521, 534, 567, 577, 586. You can see that the volume went all the way up to 5.8 million shares traded at 920, all the way from 840. So this is what I'm looking for. Again, Agri is one that it went from a pretty cheap price to shooting up pretty quick. So this continuation scan is going to show us some of those moves. So keep an eye on that one, and same with these recent runners. Here in the middle, we have our volume leaders race. This one's pretty cool because it's visually going to show us 5 different race cars that are racing to the finish line, and it's based on volume. So it's basically another way to see a graph. It's just another way to identify volume into the market. This one I have designed for the last 20 minutes of the market. So you'll see the race cars basically are going, and whatever race car is in the lead is the lead in volume. So it's pretty cool because it's simple, but it's aesthetically pleasing, where we can quickly glance over and say, oh, okay, well, the other day I think it was, CLVR was leading by a lot. You'd see CLVR here, the rest of the cars were here with little volume, but you could see it will show you the volume as well. So it's pretty cool. It's just something to see where the volume is in the market, and just kind of something I'm testing out. This is another scan. Where's the volume? Same idea. It's just going to show us, it's the same as this, but it's going to show us where is the volume, where is it coming into. So you'll see certain names on here. The volumes come in. It doesn't mean that the price action is there as well. It's just saying that there is volume coming into that stock. So I would look for the price action as well. And then again, maybe mark support, resistance, things like that. This scan here is entering oversold. This is a new scan that I built that basically identifies stocks that are basically entering oversold. They may see a scalp bounce. They may see a reversal from there. Often it's not a reversal. Often I look at it for maybe a possible scalp off the lows, depending on if the volume is there to support. But this is just an idea and just a way to identify oversold stocks. So I'll keep in mind this one, but this one often is not going to populate until about a little bit later in the day because of the filters I have set on here. So that's it. We have the halt resume. We have the high of day scans. We have a few continuation scans and recent runners. We have down here the fresh meat 15 scalp, and these two want to go together. These two want to go together. So these two are paired, and these two are paired. We have our pre-market leaders. We have our steady grinders, and we have our reversal on large cap names. So guys, that's it for my regular day scans. If you have any questions, be sure to send me a message on Discord. I will leave the link in the description below if you're not involved in our Discord currently. If you'd like to join in, you're more than welcome to. We do have a free version as well, and we have a paid version. All the scans that I stream here are a paid version. So if you want to take part in that, then just send me a message and I'll get you in here. But I stream these every day from 7 a.m. in the morning all the way till 8 p.m. at night. Again, I have 3 different layouts with probably a good 15 to 20 scans per layout. So if you think that this can be helpful for you, just reach out to me and let me know, and I'll get you in the Discord. So guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already to stay up to date with all of my new videos. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you.